Alrighty, let's try this again. I am Lori with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and boy, TikTok was having an absolute fit with me, and maybe now some people will jump on and we'll see. But this is the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and the point of this is to initiate you into the joys of the feminine. Can't hear anything? God, really? All right, hold on. Can you hear anything now? Can you hear anything now? Can you hear now? Can you hear now? Jump out and come back, okay? Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, trying to figure this all out. We'll make it happen one way or the other. I've already got Paragon. Abigail, Emery, Moonlight, Shelly, Lala, Crystal, Teresa, Hydeth, Marvelous. There we go. We've invited people. Okay. Can anybody hear me? Hi, Terry. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Fabulous. Oh, that's such a relief. Okay, good. Good. That makes me happy. Okay. So today, and Coach Carrie, hi, welcome. Thank you. What we're talking about today is feminine pride. How many groups have I and do I proudly and gladly support? LGBTQ plus. Oh, there goes my cat. Okay, I'll let you in. Immigrants' rights, gay marriage. Hey, Rita. Is it Rila? Ryla. Hi. I'm Lori. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and my mission is feminine pride. It is understanding where the incredible strength is of the feminine and how you can change your life. You can literally transform how you are so that you're no longer a slave to your life. You're no longer going, oh my God, all this stuff keeps happening to me, and you don't have to keep going to all the workshops and going, why am I not changing? And it's not about the normal thing. It's not about, oh, I'm going to give you like a 4-step something or other. That's not it. It's about understanding that you are not to blame. Hi. That you have been programmed. You are operating under a whole other set of emotional energetics, brain settings, nervous system settings. So it's not really your trauma or your issues or anything else, hi Lori, that holds you captive. It's not those things. So let me ask you, if you could say what you suspect I'm going to tell you, put it in the chat. What is it that could be running your life if it were not your traumas? What could it be? I mean, it would have to be something that was kind of outside of you, right? Because your traumas are very much an active, energetic part of you, right? So if it's not your traumas, what is keeping you still? What is keeping you from being in your leadership of your life? Nervous system is definitely something that is involved here, 100%. That's not the core thing, however, that I've identified. Think of it this way, and thank you for playing, Terry. Thank you so much. You know how everybody tells you to meditate, right? Everybody tells you meditate. Well, why? Why? Satisfaction? We are absolutely driven by the settings of our nervous system, and we are driven by what we think will make us feel better. Absolutely. 100%. What is underneath that? Is there a way to change that? Now, we would say yes, right? We've gone to all the workshops and we've gone to a million spiritual things and we've tried to fix ourselves. Correct? Gotta fix me. Gotta be better. Gotta be more. Gotta be different. Because we want to feel better. Nothing wrong with that. It makes total sense. The problem is, what are my credit AIs? I am like blocking you so fast, I don't even know what you're talking about. Whatever, dude. Okay. I don't even understand the question. You know, everybody's seen a penis and nobody really cares, you dipstick. Seriously, nobody cares. They're not that interesting. I know you think yours is, but it's really not. It's really not. Yeah, if I could tell you how little I care about the penis, I mean, geez. I don't see pictures. I've seen them before. People are so weird. People are so freaking weird. What is the thing that is running you? What is the thing that is running that dipstick who just put images of penises on here? What is running people? They think they'll feel better by doing something. It doesn't matter what. Like, if you've done something that's terrible and you are like, oh my God, I can't breathe until I apologize for this, till I make this right. That making of it right is what is driving you to take responsibility, because taking responsibility isn't going to feel like it tickles. But that other thing, that feeling within you that says, oh, I can't live with this, makes you go out and say, I'm going to take responsibility for this. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Whether or not you really have the responsibility to do that apology. What runs us is patterns. Patterns of behavior, emotional patterns, patterns of behavior. We practice over and over again thinking things that we've been taught. What have you been taught? Let me see. You've been taught that life is hard. Some of these will be true and some of them won't be true or will be less true depending on how you look at them. But you've been taught. Tell me some of the things you've been taught. Money's hard to get. God, what else? Hi. Like your haircut.
Thanks. It's actually growing back in now.
Congratulations. What else? What have you been taught? That you are less because you're a woman. That you are only human. What are some of the things that you've been taught? What are the givens that you live by? What are those givens? Oh, well, I'm older, therefore I'm less important. No. Money is obtained through hard work. Yes. You have to suffer to win. There's one. You have to suffer to win. What else? What else drives you? What else pushes you along on your path that you don't even stop to go, is that really true? Is there a real truth to that? And can it be shifted? And yes, it can. You hear music in my background? I'm out in the street and there are children across the street. So maybe that's what you're hearing. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Lori with the Goodbye Good Girl Project. And I have, by the way, 4 coaching slots available for September. So if you are interested in confronting the beliefs that you have, the set points that you have that are keeping you from being the leader that you are, that are keeping you beating up on yourself, keeping you feeling stressed and making yourself feel less than, TT is crazy today, then DM me and I will give you that link, okay? Hi, Laurie. Laurie Land Whelan. Laurie Land Whelan. Hi, Progress. I'm Laurie. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and I help women leaders see through the patriarchal castle nonsense. Yes, love your name, Laurie. Oh, thank you for the heart. I love it. It's like getting kissed on the head. You keep thinking that there is something wrong with you as a woman and as a leader. And Paragon, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to do my marketing here. But for men too. For men too. You have been sold a bill of goods. And the problem is not that you're not smart. The problem is that you're too smart and not emotional enough, which is exactly why we are told not to bring emotion into this. We're told to ignore that emotion behind the curtain. No, that's too weak. I'll tell you what, it's the exact opposite. Your emotions are your superpower. They have so much information in them. But because we've been trained to punish ourselves before even putting ourselves on trial, like even in a trial, you get to hear what's up, right? We don't even do that for ourselves before we condemn ourselves and say, oh, I'm not measuring up. What are you trying to measure up to? You're trying to measure up to the Patriarchal Castle, and that's not your home. Your home is your inner round table. That's where your home is. If you want coaching around that, that is what I do. I bring you into relationship with yourself, with compassion. Right, Anna Marie? I hope she's still here. Because as women in business, especially as we get older, we go, I am so tired of playing these stupid games. I'm so tired of playing these games, of trying to do it like the men say it's supposed to be done. It never worked for the men either, okay? It never did. Now, but they've got money. They made a bunch of money. So what? They also ended up with heart attacks. Like, come on. Let's get real about this. So we have to break the patterns, and that means we have to recognize them within ourselves. And we have to understand how to recognize and interrupt them without the self-abuse and with compassion. That's where the feminine is magnificent and powerful beyond telling. But until we understand that the place we are standing in relationship to ourselves, which is self-punishing, doesn't work, we're still trapped. We're still trapped. This is what I am teaching here, what I coach with, is so transformational. Because think about it. Think about a time you fell in love. Hold on, Anna Marie. I've got to unmute that comment. Thank you. I do help you realize the reality of yourself in your way. I'm not trying to make you a carbon copy of me at all. I'm very expressive. I love performing. I love public speaking. You may be quiet as a mouse and be an introvert. No problem. That's not a problem. But you still want to be fully you as a leader, as a woman, as an adult human being. You want to be all of yourself. You don't want to continue to be held back by all of these thoughts and feelings that you have, that you've acquired over the decades. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Please keep that up, and please share this out for me, you guys. I appreciate it. You do not want to keep being hamstrung by yourself. Why are you being hamstrung by yourself? Well, it's my trauma, it's my issue, no, it isn't. It really, really, really isn't. I'm not saying those things don't have an impact on you. You bet your ass they do. You bet your ass they do. What I'm saying is, and this is a slight perspective change, so let me know if you want to ask a question about this. Like it says on the screen, ask me anything, okay? When we stand in relationship to ourselves as being flawed, when we stand in relationship to ourselves as needing to be fixed, what we are doing is we are starting a war within ourselves. Thank you, Anna Marie. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, you guys. We are starting a war with ourselves. Can't do it. Not good. Not good. Why? Because you can't win. Well, yes, I can. I can war against it. If you are warring about a feeling, chances are about 90% that you're going to be warring against a part of you that has something to say and that and that needs you to hear it in order for that energy to deflate, because it's yelling from the top of the castle wall. Well, thank you, Terry. Aw, appreciate that. Whatever that is, it is screaming at you from the castle wall, and it's going, I need your damn attention, right? It's that emotion, it's that depression, it's that well, Patrick, you can ask, but I'm not really here to talk about relationships unless it's with you and you, or with you and other business people. But ask your question. If I can answer, I will. We are always screaming. Parts of us are screaming from the castle wall. And the person who's not listening is not him or her or them. It's us. We're the ones not listening. And so I just the other day came up with this idea that not only do I have the roundtable meetings with women that I'm building online and in person, but we also have the inner roundtable. And they are different voices and different titles for each one of us. So I'm going to give you an exercise you can do. You can go to Chat or Claude or any of the AI programs that you use. And you can say, I'm feeling, and then fill in the blank. I'm feeling this. And I feel like I can't get out of it. I feel like I can't fight it. I feel like I don't know what to do with it. And what I want to know is I want to get into a conversation with it instead of fighting it. What kinds of questions can I ask? That's one way to go about it, right? What can I ask? What can I ask myself? And then when the answers come back, ask yourself. I did this with Anna Marie the other day, and she was feeling held back, and we looked and we found an 8-year-old. Doesn't have to be a child. With somebody else, it was a 24-year-old, our friend Anne. She had a 24-year-old inside her going, sure, I don't think so. Right? We're not talking inner child work here. We're talking inner person work. Why can't you get out of it question? So the part of you that feels like I can't get out of it is the one who feels trapped, right? I mean, that seems pretty obvious. It's the one who feels trapped. So follow that feeling. Follow that thought. I feel trapped. Don't reason with it. That's not how you get where you want to go. That's not how you get to the healing. You cannot reason your way into healing. I'm sorry. I know that's our comfort zone, but no, you already know this. You've already tried it over and over, and you're just hoping that it will work because it's what you know. I'm inviting you to step out of your comfort zone and ask yourself what you don't know. What is that feeling? Oh, I hate that feeling. I know. And it's trying to scream a message at you that it won't stop screaming until you listen. So I recommend that you listen. Go in there. Say to yourself, what does this person look like? What does this aspect of me look like? You'll be surprised. You'll find all different kinds of costumes and ages and different things. And you'll be like, holy crap, it's a 34-year-old or whatever. It's somebody who looks like she's wearing a mask and a cape, and you'll be like, wow, what? You're really scared. You really feel trapped, don't you? Thanks, Paragon. You really feel trapped, don't you? And she'll go, damn right I do, you dumbass. I mean, she's been waiting to talk to you a long time, right? So until you have more practice at this, you'll find, you might find a little bit of like snarly when you go in there, but don't be afraid. It's you. Just go, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm here now. I'm sorry. I really should have listened. I didn't know how. It wasn't that I didn't love you. I just didn't know how. And you go, what are you feeling so absolutely trapped about. And she may tell you that it's something that happened yesterday. She may tell you it was something that happened when she was a kid. She may not know. She may go, I don't know, I'm just really terrified. And your job, if you want to heal, you have to go have a relationship with that part of you. Hardest thing anybody could ask you to do. Most rewarding and transformational thing anybody could ask you to do. So what you need is an understanding of how that works. And that's the kind of coaching I do. I get you to the place where you can do your own coaching in this way. I'm not trying to make anybody dependent on me. I'm trying to set your ass free. That's what I'm trying to do. I am from Ohio in the U.S. At our... Holy crap. Stop screaming. Sorry, that threw me. Everybody's screaming in this neighborhood. I don't know why. Because he's like 8 years old, that's why. Come back to self. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Anna Marie, look, you guys, at your core, and you know, if you've been in any spiritual sorts of situations at all, you understand that at your core, you are perfect. You are whole and perfect. Okay? You know this. What you don't know is how to make this real and impactful and practical for yourself. Am I right? Thank you, Anna Marie. What I would like to see in the chat, what do you think? Do you think it would change the game for you if you could make the spiritual truths that you keep trying to inculcate? Thank you, Terry. Would that not make a big ass change in your life if they were practical and you could actually apply them? How would you change? What would the results look like? Are we able to do that? Are we able to see what they would look like? Like if you believed, like let's take one of the beliefs. If I believed that God's got my back, if I really believed it, hi Rocky, good to see you, sweetheart. If I really believed that, I would be able to take risks without fear. Exactly. More confident and less unsure. Right. What else? What else would you feel if you just knew that God had your back? What would you do? What would you do next? I don't know. Maybe I would just take a damn trip to Europe just because I want to. Even though I don't have all the money. I don't have money out the ears. I don't. Fly. I hope, well, just something. What would you do that you keep going, I'll wait till I have the money. I'll wait till I... Not that we shouldn't be practical about money. We have to be practical about money. But we're always holding ourselves back from being free. We're always holding ourselves back from that flow of divinity that we are. And we can stop. If I believe that God has my back, then I don't have to be so damn rigid about how I hold myself, how I operate in the world. I can take bigger risks. I can be more joyous because I'm not waiting for the other shoe to drop. Right? Not waiting for the other shoe to drop. Can you imagine living that way? Okay. So. Oh, Rocky, I'm so glad you're here too. I am so glad. Yep, I've heard that too, that money's just frequency. It is. Money, though, is connected to our survival, and therefore it is one of those rehearsed emotional topics within us that we confronting it is something that we can't even imagine. I mean, we do it in workshops. Oh, I'm going to go try to, hey, Marin. Hello, hi, Haida. We go to the workshop, we go, I'm going to work on my poverty consciousness. You cannot do this from the mental. I'm sorry. Haven't you figured that out yet? Haven't you gone to enough workshops that tell you here's the 5-step principle? And haven't you been unable to make it, to get out of whatever stuck place you are? I mean, there's clearly a different answer. And we go back and forth between the worldly answers and the spiritual answers, but where the answer is in us, and it is in our emotional body. It is in the sensations. It is in the vibrational of who you are. Because all of your programming, all of your practiced programming is because of your emotional set points. Your brain settings that have never been challenged, your emotional set points that have never been challenged because you were told, well, it's your fault. It's your trauma. You have to go get rid of your trauma. You can't. Your trauma can heal, but you cannot get rid of it. That's interesting, isn't it? Your trauma can heal, but you don't get rid of it. Hi, Ile. Hi, Kadi. Do you know what that means? How does that land with you? That should give you pause. That should make you go, I'm sorry, what are you saying? What are you saying right now? I want you to feel the words that I say to you and see where they land, and you go, yeah, no. Okay, Haida. Where you go, no, I don't agree with what she's saying. It doesn't ring true for me. I want you to be able to say that. Or where the places are in you that you go, oh my God, that felt so good. I'm going to think about that. Yes, it's a learning thing. Look, we've built our lives on our trauma response. We have practiced over and over our trauma response. So it's as if it's just happening every minute, because that patterning is uninterrupted. And what is that patterning? It's energy. It's energy. That's it. It's a feeling. It's a sense. It's a vision. It's something. It's within you right now, right as you are. You have been programmed to be afraid of yourself. And I'm here to tell you that the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful messages and moments of growth and awakenings happen when you stop avoiding you and have a way to do it. And that's why I'm introducing both my coaching. I've got 4 open spots for September. It's 4 weeks of coaching, one-on-one. So DM me if you're interested in more information, okay? I'm afraid to put it on the screen here because then TT is going to go, this is not original content. It's driving me crazy. Compartmentalizing is a temporary fix. I am a systems geek. If you don't know what that means, it means that I need to know the core of, I need to get to the core of what the hell is going on. Now, I went into therapy in my 30s, my very early 30s, going, I'm going to figure out what's wrong with me. And once I see it, once I understand that, then everything will be better. I'll be healed. It'll be great. That's not how therapy works. And that's not what healing is. But it's what we understand of healing. Oh, I'll get rid of all the crap in me and then I'll be fine. No. I don't want you to be just fine. I want you to be complete and powerful and massively authentic and enjoying yourself and free to make real choices. I want you to be able to emerge from this. Terry, I will, honey. To emerge from this patriarchal castle that we live in that tells us, no, you're screwed up. You're all screwed up. No, you're really not. What you are is you are practiced. You are practiced. Oh my God. Thank you, sweetheart. I know that man. I know that masked man. Thank you, darling. I love you. I miss you. And it is an incredible thing to realize that there's nothing, it's not those traumas. It's that there's no relationship with them, which allows the energy to untangle, to relax, to be given take a break, take a load off. We are very, 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 very good at shooting on ourselves, being judgmental as hell. And I don't know if you've noticed, but that doesn't help. It just doesn't help. In fact, it makes everything worse. And the only reason that we are not going against that is because we don't know how. I'm telling you how. Hello, Uganda. Hello, William. Welcome. It is the very thing that the Patriarchal Castle does not want you to do, which is pay attention to the emotion behind the curtain. God, no, it's too girly. God, no, it's too disruptive. God, no, it's too weak. Bullshit. Your emotional body is so powerful that it's been running your life in patterns your whole life. But you know what's more powerful than those patterns is you. You can actually choose. You can actually use your free will. You can actually choose to bring in a slightly different feeling thought at the same time. Now, this is different from going, I've got to be fixed. I got to push this horrible thing out of me. I got to get rid of it. The trying to push it out, get rid of it, just makes it stronger. It's why I had 40 freaking years of clinical depression. And that is the nature of suffering. Suffering is gluey. It's gluey. The only thing that's going to help is the feminine. Compassion for yourself, kindness for yourself, giving yourself a moment of relief. You know, this whole patriarchal nightmare of let's fight our way to the I don't know, the tower. You know, like let's fight our way for. Honey, can I tell you how much I have fought my way forward? How much I've white-knuckled my way forward in my life? Can I tell you what a shock it was to wake up at 55, 56, and realize that with all of that, the smarts that I have, and the creativity that I have, and the armor that I have, and all of the persistence, I was now homeless and broke. What the hell? This was a massive betrayal by the system's message of just work harder, just work harder. And every once in a while, a feminine thing gets adopted. Every once in a while, like emotional intelligence. That was, it's not even adopted. It's been hijacked by corporate America to show, look, we care. No, they don't. They want to manipulate emotion and call it emotional intelligence. That's not real emotional intelligence. Real emotional intelligence is when you can use your awareness of how you feel and of how others feel to build a bridge of understanding. Yep, Zeus. Thanks for the follow. Our entire life has been built on something that we can now see falling down around us in real time. And what we need is each other. And we need to come inside. We need to come inside. Lack of capital doesn't help either. Absolutely. We need to survive. And so this is why another reason why the feminine is so powerful. You may be in total survival mode. I have been. I mean, just in the last week or so, I fell into a depression that was because of medication, and it was no fun. And in the old days, before I knew the stuff I know, and before I created the 1% solution, and before I started realizing that it's the feminine that really creates the change, And sometimes it takes a little time. I'm not very patient with myself. Endless patience with others. With myself, I'm working on it. But what happened this time was compassion. All it needs is a little bit of compassion, just a little bit, because the alternative is beat the snot out of yourself and go, God, here you are again. God, what a loser. Here you are again. And like just be really mean to yourself. How does that feel? It feels like crap. It feels like crap. Do you deserve that? No, you don't. Now, part of your brain's going to go, but that's me. No, it isn't. Another part of yourself is going to go, but that's all I know. Yep. Can you know more? I guess so. I guess I can. I guess I can know more. You can. You may not know it in this moment, but you can know more. So again, whether you are a woman or a man, I have 4 slots open for September for my private coaching. It's a 4-week situation, so you get to walk through a lot of stuff. Hi, Anthony. My first husband, I was married 30 years and listened to everything he said, and he was smart. See, the joy of life is learning, but also expanding. No, I'm not talking about wearing a size 18 when you'd rather wear a size 14. Not that kind of expansion. Understand, this is not a journey of correction. Anna Marie, thank you for laughing with me. This is not a journey of correction. You do not need to be fixed. This is a journey of expansion, inclusion, softening to ourselves, allowing, listening. I'm great. Thank you very much. I want to ask you a question. If you look at your healing journey, in whatever place it is, you're starting a business, you're not good with money, you are in a bad relationship and you need to get out, you have a tendency to should on yourself, whatever it is. The way that you're used to looking at it is, I need to fix me. How would your approach or your attitude towards yourself change if you thought about it as a practice of expansion? Because think of it this way as you answer that question. If you have a pot of salt water and you throw in some sugar, you throw in like a teaspoon of sugar, it's still going to taste like crap. You have to keep putting in the bits of sugar until it overpowers the salt. And think of this, in every cake that's ever been made, there's both sugar and salt. Terry, I'm truly sorry. That's trauma. That's a traumatic event for sure. I'm sorry, sweetheart. So within you, you have, thank you, Anna Marie. I really, really appreciate that. So within you is the one, and within all of us is the one who responded to the traumatic event in the moment. This was not a part of you that was reasoning. This was not your mind. This was not your mind, honey. This was your emotions, your sensations, your feelings. And everything went on high alert, right? The amygdala, everything went on high alert. And what happened is you have kept that stance all these years, right? I love how you guys support each other. It makes me so happy. Thank you all for being so loving. Now you know this. You know that you responded to a traumatic event and that now you are traumatized. You already know this part. What you don't know is that that is an energy, literally an energy that you can access. you can access. You have to be courageous, though. And sometimes you can't do it alone, and sometimes you can. Use both. Sometimes do it alone, and sometimes use a friend or use somebody like me who's a coach, like whatever it takes. Because what you need is you need to let that inner person, whoever she or he is, you need them to speak to you. You need her or him to say the truth without varnishing it, without prettying it up. If they need to scream, you need to MF and let them scream. And what Zeus said is true. Every traumatic event is a chance to learn and grow, but that is easier said than accomplished, isn't it? Why have you found that that's difficult? I'd love to hear your reasons for why you think the healing you've tried to impact in your life has not worked. I would love to hear it if you are willing to share. I can tell you for my part that for so many years going to so many workshops to heal, that the place I was standing was that, Lori, you're effed up. You're going to have to get fixed. Nobody will ever love you. Nobody will ever like you. But even though I always had friends and I always had people who loved me, I didn't always have a relationship because that seems to have not been my gig, I guess. I've had them, but never quite worked out the way I wanted. And I don't just think, I know. Now that I'm standing in a new place in regards to my challenges, which is how can I help you, Lori? The healings are so fast. They are so profound. They are so damn deep. Now, I'm as myopic as the next person. So I'm thinking, oh my God, why is this taking for frickin' ever? It's not taking for frickin' ever. It may be taking years or it may be taking days, but it's not forever. And that catastrophizing that we do is just horrible. We have to be able to perceive the small shift. We have to be able to perceive the good in the small moment, in the small shift. Because those are our building blocks. That big, amazing Hollywood ending that we're all hoping for, it doesn't exist without the small steps. It just doesn't. So if we're completely resistant to taking the small steps, completely resistant to taking the steps to build our way towards a business that we want to start, or towards a relationship that we want to have, or whatever it is we want, lots of money. If we're not willing to be humble, and that means willing to just take a small step at a time and honor each step, we cause ourselves misery. And I'm telling you, I have been the misery queen. Boy, do I know how to suffer. But now I know how not to suffer. Now I know how to meet my suffering with courage, with confidence, with compassion, with an easing of the sensations, and suddenly I have more access to my prefrontal cortex, more ideas come in than if I were absolutely focused on feeling horrible. And I'm able to move through my days feeling like I am making a difference to my life, and trusting, that's the hard part, trusting that shift is making a difference in other people's lives too. And it is. I just have to be willing to look at the feminine. I have to be willing to look at the small, because the small is the humongous. The small is the biggest. This takes training. Our culture has taught us the opposite. Our culture has given us the Marlboro Man. Some of you are too young to remember the Marlboro Man, but it was back when they could advertise cigarettes on TV, and you'd see this big rugged cowboy on the horse and, lighten up like, I'm a real man. I know, you're a real idiot. You're going to get cancer. Stop it. It's like What? Yeah, he was very handsome, and very prone to getting ill. I mean, like the whole thing that we live in, the whole social structure we live in, which I call the Patriarchal Castle, because it's been built on the masculine only. And whenever you have something unbalanced like that, it goes toxic. We're seeing it right now in our country. We're seeing it in the White House. We're seeing it everywhere. But we have the power to change our individual circumstances. It's just that it doesn't take muscling your way through. Sometimes you gotta muscle. I get it. I've been in survival mode a number of times, and sometimes you just gotta muscle your way through. But if you don't balance that with the times that you can feel extremely kind to yourself, or even a little bit kind, like if you've never practiced being kind to yourself, somebody says to you, be kind to yourself, you're like, I don't even know what words are coming out of your mouth. How am I supposed to, what does that mean? What do I do? What do I do to be kind? And I get it, because it's about how you feel. What you feel is what drives you. Always. It's not your mind. Your mind makes sense of this, but your emotions are always first, because they are reactions, and you don't control reactions. You can only control your response. And sometimes you can't control that too well, right? And how do you learn what you want? Well, you got to step out of being who everybody else wants you to be, and you've got to step out of your own assumptions. And that's why when you talk to yourself, when you go inside and you meet all these different aspects of you, you're going to learn some stuff that you're like, I had no idea. I had no idea I felt that way. Oh my God, really? Now, I've done some really out of comfort zone things, and I'm not talking about like streaking down the street or anything weird like that, but like going out and just in the middle of the day, interrupting a work cycle and going, oh, screw it, I can't even stand myself right now, and getting out and going to the Dollar Tree and buying some stupid shit I don't need, because it's breaking the pattern. We have to break the pattern. And what makes it important is not just the breaking of the pattern, but you gotta feel the effect of breaking the pattern. You are your laboratory. You are your test zone. You. The only thing that matters is, does it shift how you feel? So you can say affirmations till the cows come home, but nobody gives a shit, including you, unless you're feeling the shift. And unless you're understanding that that shift is permanent. Every little moment that you spend giving yourself that moment of forbearance, kindness, relief, you think, well, that's just one moment, but it's not. Because when you repeat it and repeat it and repeat that behavior, your system, your source code of you starts to get that, oh my God, you mean I'm not really just suffering? That's not who I am? That's not the totality of it? That's right. Yeah, there's a church nearby. I used to live right next door to it. Beautiful. So to be able to get into contact with you, with all of the different people around your internal round table, and I am not talking inner child work, I am talking recovery work of all the voices of you that have been repressed since before you had speech. If you think you can reason your way through a setting that got put in you before you had speech, you are wrong. Not how it works. You need to recover, come in contact with, see images, colors, hear sounds, see a person, have a conversation, be a safe place for yourself. I used to not be a safe place for myself. We are all trained to not be a safe space for ourselves. Just muscle your way through. You're going to feel that stuff, but just muscle your way through. Don't go and look at it. Don't really heal it because you're too screwed up. You have to fix that trauma before you can do that. No. No. Yes, Gabriel. I am in the United States, but I will give talks all around the world. So spread the word. It is taking me am I a feminist? Yes, dear. What I am is somebody who's tired of the feminine being seen as weakness when in fact it's our primary strength. So that's why I put the words feminine pride at the top. Because how many groups of people do I support? LGBTQ+, be polite or you get thrown out, Gabriel. African Americans, gay marriage, immigrant safety, name it. I am for everybody being okay. That's my politics right there. Everyone should be okay. That's it. It's not that hard. And it's not that hard to find answers if you'll frickin' sit down and look for them. But we get stopped by the whole money piece, and that's a whole other conversation. I even forgot what I was just saying. What was I saying? It looks like I have a bindi right here. The little dot that the Indian women wear. It looks like I have a bindi there with that little arrow. Everyone should feel safe. What the hell? What? But see, what happens is we're in a war right now, and I'm not talking about overseas. All of the great beings have advised us to stop the internal war. I never used to understand that. I really didn't get that. When I started coming into an appreciation that what I feel is the most important thing in the quality of my life. We don't hate boys, Gabriel. That's not what feminism is, honey. It's a war with our own selves, and then we perpetuate it externally. No, we don't hate boys, honey. Feminism started back in the 60s when women got tired of being seen as housewives in baby factories. And we wanted to go out and work and create a great life and be free to be who we want to be. And we wanted equal pay and we wanted to have equal opportunity. We still don't have either one. So that's what feminism is a desire to have a level playing field for everybody. Let me know if you have questions about that, but that's the basis of it. Thank you very, very much, Gabriel. I'm excited to hear you say that. Billie Jean King, that was fun. If you don't know who Billie Jean King is, look her up. Her, and what was the man's name that she was playing against? He was a misogynistic guy who was like, women can't beat a man at tennis, and of course she did. No, we're not slaves, but we've been programmed to believe that we are. And by the way, Gabriel, so have you. It wasn't Elton John. Bobby, I can't remember his last name. She still plays. Awesome. It's not Bobby Fischer, or was it Bobby Fischer? I can't. Oh my God. Oh, honey. Okay, so let me come back to the source truth of Riggs. Bobby Riggs. Thank you, Anna Marie. Look, here's the deal. How you feel is the most important thing in your life. Because if you can feel better, you're going to do better. If you feel better, Bobby Riggs, okay. if you feel better, you're not going to be an asshole to the person next to you. Right when you fell in love, you were freaking awesome until that miasma went away. But oh my God. Right? Incredible. When you feel better, you are better. So the work is to feel better. That's the work. Does that mean the work is to feel all the way better so you never have to think about it again? No, it is not. That's where we make our mistake. We forget. Hello, dreams. We forget that we are in a process. What we feel is our magic. We have that magic, Anna Marie. It's not just, we have a fleeting sense of the magical. It is fleeting, but it is the highest part of you. You are seeing reflected back at you in the other person's eyes and actions and behaviors the best of who you are. You have to practice looking for, finding, rewarding, respecting, enjoying the good parts of you. And that, for me, is not a small undertaking. I don't think it's a small undertaking for anybody, but I'm just admitting that that's not small for me. We are taught that this world is one in which we fight our way till the end. That doesn't help us. Oh, thanks, Dreams. Glad to have you here. I'm the Goodbye Good Girl Project. My name is Lori. Pleasure to have you. I do coaching, public speaking, writing, and roundtable meetings for women in business. Look, every moment is actually magical. Every moment carries magic in it, even the ones that suck. But we have to work our way up to recognizing that. Like the enlightened beings can feel pain and they're still in bliss. Both are happening at the same time. It's just that one is who they are and the other is fleeting. And they're aware of that. They know that. And if we think, well, if I can just get to being enlightened, I'll be fine, we're missing the damn boat. We're missing it. We need to practice it in the moment. In the moment when I am depressed, how wonderful. Tell us what kind of coaching, honey. Somebody may need your help, all right? I believe in promoting all of us. We all need each other. If we can take the small steps, if we can find the ways to trust that when we apply the balm, the healing balm of compassion, patience, kindness, forbearance, in a moment, not become the most forgiving person on the earth, not become the most compassionate person ever lived, not become compassionate for the rest of my days. Every time you practice it, you are building a muscle. It is changing your life. And you've gone to tons of different coachings, tons of different workshops, but you've gone from a place of, I need to be fixed. And the people teaching you may or may not have understood how to help you through that to, I have the power. They may not have known how. It's okay. I'm just saying there's more. There's so much more available to you. So much more that you are capable of. If you are a woman who is a leader, you are as hamstrung as the rest of us by these hidden closed doors within your psyche that have been programmed there. You don't see them. You just feel I can't get through this. I can't do this. I can't make the money, or I can't find the clients, or I can't do business like the guys do, but I don't know how else to do it. And that I can't is where I come in. So you can come here. I'm here 6 days a week on TikTok. And you can ask your questions and we can talk about stuff. It just depends how public you feel comfortable being. If you're not, I do private coaching. I have a 4-session offering right now. If you're interested, just DM me and I'll give you information. No pressure. I'll just give you info. But it's all about, oh, do you, bless you. Oh, bless you. The kids need love. And you're talking about dreams, so thank you. Where are you? Where are you located, Dreams? It is the magnificence of the small step that we keep missing. Uganda, bless you for your work. Bless you for your work. It's literally impossible to jump across the Grand Canyon. Can't do it. You cannot do that. But you can get a rope and you can tie it to a nearby something or other and you can shimmy down the side. Have you made progress? You made progress. Amazing. Amazing. But I'm still not there. Really? Do you know what the person on the top of the still standing there is doing? They're going, I don't know, I can't do it. And they're not even making a start. We have to learn to see that progress has weight. I'm learning it too. I'm not telling you this because I am now the major expert at it. In fact, my teacher, Amachi, the hugging saint, when I went to her years ago and I said, what is faith? Because I wanted to know if faith isn't just like, oh, I believe, if I believe rightly, if I have faith rightly, then God will make my life perfect, which was about as developed as I was at that time. And so I wanted to know if it's not that, because that doesn't sound right. Because I know a lot of people who have faith or say they do, and their life still stinks. You know, it's like, wait a minute. So I said, so what is faith then? What am I having faith in? So I went to her. And the translator translated. He got the answer and he said to me, Mother says have faith in God. And I'm like, no. I said, sorry, with all due respect, Swami, I don't know what that means. He looked at me like I was a bug. And he went back and asked her. And she smiled at me and she said, no, she said something so practical because all the great beings are practical. She said, have faith in forward movement. Have faith in forward movement. She also has a card that I bought years ago and still have. And it says, real faith. Get this. Real faith is the faith in one's own self. How does that cook your cookies? Oh, thank you, Chris. Hi, honey. Put your book in there, babe, so people will buy it because you're awesome. Or anything you want. Market yourself, baby. Market yourself. Real faith is having faith in oneself. The first time I read that on that card, I went, are you out of your mind? I said, are you crazy right now? I'm as batshit crazy as they come. I'm supposed to have faith in this person? Are you serious? I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I don't understand. What am I having faith in? And so, but it stuck with me. Hi, Joshua. It stuck with me. I said, I wonder what that could mean. And so now I know. Now I have to practice it. But now I know. I know the power of the small. I took those 40 years of depression and healed them over 5 days. Carolyn, I understand you're upset. Over 5 days. Why? Because I took little tiny moments. And I kept adding to them. Like you put take a glass of water, put a little pebble in there. Does it make a big difference? No. Put another one in. Does it make a difference? No. Put in another one. Put in another one. You get the point, right? Put in another. That's how energy works within you, within your emotional system. That's how it works. It's physics, it's metaphysics, it's medical, it's neurological, it's nervous system, it's all the things. And you find it hard to get in a relationship with different aspects of your emotional being because you've been taught to be afraid of it. You've been taught, religion tells you that if you go inside and meditate, you're damned, you're doomed, you're all kinds of crap. Not true. But the programming is there. Until we deliberately and consciously interrupt the programming with something different that comes from us, it stays. And it runs us. It runs us to some degree. So there's plenty of stuff in here we can work with. Right? There's plenty of stuff. Religion is control. What Jesus taught was not religion. Jesus taught personal anarchy. That's what Jesus taught. And by the way, that's what I talk about on my Mystic Soul Sunday show at 9 a.m. Eastern here. You don't know how to meditate? Exactly. I never knew how either. So what I came to, there are so many ways to meditate, but I think the important question is why meditate? For me, I was like, why? What am I trying to become enlightened? Am I trying to achieve something? Like, what is happening here? Because I'd sit down and I'd immediately become aware that I was a mess. I'm like, well, great, this is fun. Why would I want to keep doing this? And now that I understand, now that I've come into a closer relationship, not nearly close enough. I mean, there's always more to go, but a closer relationship with the different emotions and feelings and all of that. And I'm in relationship with that. And I am watching transformation happen little by little, by little, by little, by little. I get it. What you're doing is you are practicing interrupting the pattern. So this is my perspective on it. You are invited to find your own. But I understand it now as a way of interrupting the pattern. So what I do is I sit and I listen to the silence inside my head. Because I can't think, there's no thinking there. I'm just hearing the sound, not outside, because of course I hear cars and kids and all that. But if you're sitting in a really quiet place and you just put your fingers in your ears and listen to the sound that happens inside your head, that's meditation. The idea is to allow room for something else besides what you understand as the norms of life. Oh, thank you for the share, honey. Thank you, Gobind. I appreciate you so much. Meditation is your way to take a load off. Yes, it can also be a pain in the ass because you're going to sit down and you're going to look inside and you're going to go, what the hell is this all about, right? Oh my God, this is crazy. So for me, it has been transformational to find a place to rest where I don't have to listen to the crazy head. Whenever the crazy head comes in, I go back to listening to the silence. Just go back, listen to the silence. And I've been saying to myself, not because I should say it, but I've noticed. I'm like, oh my God, it's so peaceful when I just focus on the dang silence. Whew, what a relief. Amazing. Oh my God, how cool is that? Your angels do appear sometimes? That is cool. That's so cool. How does that feel? What does it feel like when they appear? I would love to know. Like, do you get like a rush of light through you? Is it a mental rush? Like, it'd be interesting to know if you feel like sharing. A rush of euphoria. Oh yeah, baby. When you feel that euphoria, do you focus on it? Because that's how you get all the juice. You get all the good juice. Just keep focusing. Okay. So tell me right now, good for you. Tell me right now, and this is for your use as well as mine, what is a takeaway from this time together that you have gotten? Put it in the chat. What is one thought, one practice, one perspective, one aha that you've gotten during our time together? Let's share them, because there's power in the group mind, baby. There's so much power. What is one, either a new thought or a reinforced thought that you're like, hell yeah, I think I get it more, to try to meditate? Don't try to meditate. Just listen to the silence. Take a vacation from your head and just listen to the buzz of the silence. It can let in other things. That's a beautiful thing. I'm glad you got that. That's wonderful. Anybody else? What has anybody else gotten? What's a takeaway or an aha that you've gotten during this time today? Real faith being within yourself. That is a big one, isn't it? Isn't that just like gargantuan? It really is. I mean, we're just taught to go, well, have faith in this God thing on some other planet, maybe. I don't know. Because if we are one with the divine, then where else are we going to find it? Yeah, it's a good one, Rocky. Anybody else? What do you have as a takeaway from today? And I would like to ask you to share me out to your friends. Tell them I'm here 6 days a week. Tell them what good you got out of this. It's very helpful to my work. It's helpful to the people who need to hear this, who need to get out of this death grip of oh my God, I need fixing. I'm all screwed up. I'm wrong. You may be all screwed up, but you're not unfixable. You're not bad. It's not you. Yeah, and that's what we really need. We need each other to go into that practice. It's why groups of people doing that together are powerful. Reinforced thought is we all have different ways of realizing that we can step away from our thoughts. Yeah, and when you realize that, when you realize anything that you thought was impossible is now possible, you have just shifted your life. You may not see the boat in the driveway, okay? But you have just shifted your life for good. You've just changed the trajectory of your life. That's what happened when I healed my depression. I went, Jesus God, if I could cure 40 years of depression over 5 days with the power of emotion, energy, intention, and focus, what the hell else can't I change? Wait a minute, that means anything is possible. Right? And that, my God, thinking and cogitating and practicing with what does that mean? How do I make use of that information? What do I want to change? And oh my God, you've changed your life. You know, I think it's terrible and effed up that the place we all look for confirmation of whether we're good enough is money and love. Certain kind of love, the Hollywood love. So we're always seeing ourselves as failures in one way or another. And that's just not fair. We have got to start to appreciate the small shifts, and we've got to come into our emotional bodies and say, I'm important. I matter. I matter. What I feel matters. If I feel terrible, Yeah, I hear the voice telling me that I'm a failure. I shouldn't be that depressed, or I shouldn't be that anxious, or I shouldn't be that worried, or whatever it is. But I'm going to take care of you, honey. I'm the one who never leaves. You are the one who never leaves. You are the one who stays. That's one of the people at your internal roundtable, is the one who stays. And she or he, shake their hand, because they're the ones who've kept you going through all the crap. And I think you'd be proud to meet them. You are the one who stays. You're the one who stayed, also past tense. You've been here the whole time. I am the one who stayed. I walked through that shit over and over and over again. God, that's beautiful. It's got to be Paragon. Hello, Uganda. How strong is she? How mighty is she? How understanding is she? How everything. She stayed. She looked for new answers. The thing that's beating the hell out of you is the trainings of the Patriarchal Castle. Period. Has nothing to do with you. You've been taught to beat up on yourself. You can learn to be kinder. You can learn to give yourself a moment of relief. Don't think about, oh, now I have to love myself. My God, if you're going to go from self-hatred to self-love, good luck. You gotta walk through it. You gotta start with the 1 pound weights and work your way up. Every new thing that comes to you, every expansion is a surprise, a shock. And oh my God, I didn't know that. It's supposed to be that way. How could I not have? And then the next feeling is like, oh, well, of course. Well, of course. So be kind to yourselves. I love you. We are all in this together. We really are. We create this wackadoo reality. And you are deserving of compassion. One of the hardest lessons I've ever been introduced to for myself was being compassionate for me. And I continue to practice because it's not a one and done. You're not a one and done. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I love you. Have a beautiful night, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. You are deserving of all that is good. It is indeed hard. Paragon, if you need a session, honey, get in touch with me, okay? I don't want you out there suffering. All right. Bye, guys.